Yeah, we are probably going to have to talk about Thanksgiving at some point. I mean, yeah, I don't have what it is that we should be saying about that today, but that's certainly going to be a conversation that I think a lot of people should take seriously. It's just like the conversation we had about Halloween, where we basically said, much better for people to be outside. I know Halloween is not Thanksgiving, but there are a lot of people who are saying you should cancel Halloween, and my view was all that does is move it inside and create more close quarters and close talking and close contact than actually what Halloween traditionally has been, which is an outdoor event that involves very few close contacts, at least if it's done in a supervised way. So I think Thanksgiving is going to be the source of some interesting conversations, not just because of the family gatherings, but also because it's one of the biggest travel days historically of the year. And that creates all kinds of other issues.
I mean, do you have concerns that the season in general could turn what's an increase in cases now into a second wave, potentially?
I don't like to get too far down the road on this stuff because, as we've all learned over the course of the last 8 or 9 months, things happen, things change, the facts change. But what I would say is what we said before, which is that as people move from backyards to indoors, for a lot of those familiar gatherings, people need to be really cognizant of who they're with and where they've been. And as I said in my remarks, you know, if you have a friend or a neighbor who's been traveling out of state, you're probably better off not watching the Patriots game on Sunday with them, unless they've been tested and they've tested negative. The biggest challenge here, based on not just what we've seen here, but also what Dr. Burke said to us and what others have said, is going to continue to be this informal stuff. The formal stuff, people get that they're supposed to wear a mask when they go out. And by the way, that's different than what it was in March and April. People get the fact they're supposed to wear one of these when they go out. They get the fact they're supposed to social distance. They get the fact that if they can't keep distance from people, they need to do this. They get the fact that if they go into a store, they need to wear a mask. People get all that. And they're doing it, and it's working. But the challenge is all that other time that we spend, in some cases, with people who may have been out and about with others where they weren't distancing and they weren't wearing a mask. And especially when you get into the younger communities, the 20s and the 30-somethings, they do pick this thing up. They are often asymptomatic, but they do carry it and they will transmit it. And we're all going to have to think differently about that.
So how do you get